Well, the DOJ is denying it, but the GOP ain't buying it. The Department of Justice defending Attorney General Eric Holder's testimony on reporter surveillance to Republican Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner, who says Holder is still holding back. And Congressman, what are you going to do? I mean, we're now at the stage where every time you guys request information, you're either blocked or delayed. When you call for a special prosecutor, they say, no, we've got all of these various scandals under control. What are you going to do?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is hope Mr. Holder sends us a response to the questions that Chairman Goodlatte and I have asked by close of business tomorrow. A letter sent by some low-level justice official back to us doesn't cut it. What we're getting at is what Holder said or didn't say, or what Holder did or didn't do, and I think that it is his responsibility to give us a straight answer over his signature. You know, this is becoming quite a hallmark of the Obama administration, is when they get caught doing something they shouldn't be doing, then they blame it on lower-level officials or have lower-level officials respond. We've heard it with the IRS. Now we're hearing it from the DOJ. I guess if Holder refuses to do that, we're going to get him before the committee again to clarify what he said and what he did, because the letter that we got back really didn't respond.
Do you think he should resign?
Well, I've called for his resignation. On the other hand, he works at the pleasure of the president, and it's up to the president to make a determination on whether or not he stays in office as Attorney General. At the very least, he's lost the confidence of the Congress and of the American public, not with just the inquiries into the press, which have a chilling effect on the First Amendment, but also on Fast and Furious. Right. I think the president would be much better served by having somebody else as Attorney General, but it's Barack Obama's call to do that.
You know, it always comes back, and Democrats have said this, Congress, I'm sure you're aware that, boy, the Republicans talk a good game on wanting to protect reporters, yet when it came to policing national security, they were willing to compromise that during the Bush years. You say what to that?
The Bush Justice Department worked with the news media as called for by DOJ regulations on what would be disclosed and what would not be disclosed. But there was never a threat of criminal prosecution like there was with Mr. Rosen, and there never was a very broadly based series of subpoenas, which were a fishing expedition, which was in the case of the AP. So what the Bush Justice Department did under his 3 attorneys general was to try to work out these problems with the media. Right. You know, what I can say with Rosen is, and this has been missed by a lot of the reporting, is that sworn affidavit that Holder said that he knew about actually said there was probable cause to believe that Rosen violated the Espionage Act, not just being a co-conspirator or an aider or abettor. And if a reporter has to be threatened with criminal prosecution because he's doing his job, then that does throw the First Amendment out the window.
Sir, finally, you know, there are some disputes as to how low level these personnel were who were giving you this information from the Justice Department, that it was, in fact, Eric Holder's immediate people. It was not just a low-level entity. Furthermore, there is this view, since you have said publicly, I think you should go, Eric Holder. If I'm Eric Holder, then I think it's a kangaroo court. I'm not going to give you squat. What do you say?
Well, the Congress is a separate and co-equal branch of government with the executive branch. And also, we have a responsibility to do oversight over the department. That was given to us by the framers of the Constitution. Now, oversight's always tough, and I got into some tangles with Attorney General Ashcroft in the Bush administration because he was reticent to do oversight. But I think that a reading of the Constitution says that we're doing his job, and he's obstructing us from being able to do it.
All right. Congressman, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, forget